Greetings and welcome to another CVMSDC Virtual Capabilities Briefing. Our special guest today is Guillermo William Avila of 365 Digital Technologies. I'm your event producer, Taya Bolton, with the PR Pros team. We have an informative session planned for you today. Before we get started, I'd like to cover a bit of housekeeping with you. All of our audience participant lines are muted. However, you can submit a question using the question box feature in the GoToWebinar dashboard on your screen. Also, today's session is being recorded and will be available for you to review post-event. You can view the recording from the CVMSDC website at cvmsdc.org/webinars. Now, I'm pleased to introduce you to our CVMSDC President and CEO, Ms. Dominique Melton, to open up today's session.
Thank you so much, Taya. Taya, do you hear a screeching sound in the back?
I do. I was getting ready to message you.
Okay, it's not on my end, but okay. Thank you so much, Taya. Welcome to VCB, the CVMSDC Virtual Capability Briefings, where we allow our MBEs to present their products and services to their customers virtually. We created this program because we can't meet face-to-face, and we wanted to be able to capture on video your capability briefing. So today, I am so excited to welcome Guillermo Avila of 365 Digital Technology. Guillermo has been in the information technology industry for over 25 years. Throughout his career, he has served as CIO, Director of IT, taught project management, business analytics at the college level, and has been a project management consultant for the past 5 years. He is a Six Sigma Green Belt, a Scrum Master. He's received numerous awards and worked across industries. So without further ado, I'm going to come off camera and allow you, Guillermo, to be able to make your presentation, and I'll come back on when it's time for us to have Q&A. All righty?
Awesome. Thank you for having me. My name is Guillermo Avila. If you can't say my name, just call me William. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I'm really excited to be here and just be able to show you a bit of what our services are and a bit more of what 365 Technologies is all about. So why 365 Digital Technologies? And honestly, the answer for us is pretty simple. It's really about our team. Our team is just a great group of fantastic people who have just creative ideas and also just have a wealth of knowledge behind them. So let me introduce the team to you right now. So there's myself. As I said, my name is Guillermo Avila, and I have 25 plus years worth of IT experience, really having gone through the ranks all the way from network admin and then going to CIO. And then I actually took a leap and decided to go into full-time project consulting with some Microsoft Gold partners, doing implementations of a product that Microsoft has called Dynamics 365, which is an ERP product. And about a year and a half ago, decided to take the leap and actually start my own consulting company and leave the partner channel. So I did that about a year and a half ago, and it has been really exciting for us just to go on this adventure and do some things that we've always wanted to do. And then on the team is my wife, Elaine Avila, and she is the backbone for everything that we do. She runs everything on the back office. So from the time that a customer is onboarded all the way through the onboarding cycle, through billing and dealing just in the sense with all the customer service type questions or customer relations, Elaine deals with all of that for us. So if you come on board as a customer, you will for sure have time with Elaine and get to know her a little bit. She's awesome. And then there's Ashley. Ashley deals specifically as an account manager for our digital media side of the business. So Ashley's job is to work with our customers to develop campaigns and to develop campaigns that are very specific to their branding. And things that we're really excited about is being able to work with customers who say, you know, we know what we produce, but we're actually really not sure what our brand is or what we do to develop a brand. Ashley works side by side with them to help them, coach them, to help develop that brand for them. And she helps them create campaigns using social media to just get the word out about their business. The two platforms that we'll talk about here in a little bit that we're very excited about is just using Facebook and Instagram to do a lot of that. And that's one of those are two areas that Ashley is a great expert in. And then we have our content designer, which is Joe T. So Joe T's job is to take all the ideas that Ashley has in terms of all that content, all those campaign, all the advertisements. And what Joe T will do is she turns that into a word picture that makes sense in social media. So she comes up with her own graphics. She'll come up with all the content by just collaborating with Ashley to make sure that the campaigns are something that are going to attract a lot of different people and people who may not have even known about the type of product or services that our customer has. Now, we're also really excited because come January, we're going to be adding 2 more slots into our team. So we're going to be bringing on another technical recruiter, as well as adding another account manager for the digital media side of the business. So we're pretty excited about that. Now, the areas that we cover are pretty vast in that they're not really related to each other, but those are areas that we've developed a lot of expertise in and things that we're pretty excited about. Now, if you'd like to look at some of the things that we've done in the past, or even just follow us on social media, you can just go on Facebook and you can just follow that the name 365 Digital Technologies, and it'll give you a lot more about the type of work that we do on the digital media side, as well as you can go to LinkedIn and just look my name up under Bill Avila, and you can find a lot of the other services that we do on the IT side as well. So those 3 services that we offer up to all of our clients are digital media, project consulting, and technical recruitment. So we're going to dive into those and really get to know these products a lot more in the offerings and how these 3 areas can definitely help your business, especially depending on the type of business you're running and really what's happening in your business. Very oftentimes we'll find that as much as we would like to be part of something from the beginning, sometimes we're brought in during a time of crisis. And so for us, it's about developing things, whether it's through project consulting or through digital media, that are really in a response to something that is part of a crisis. And for many of us right now, it's COVID. COVID has really changed our business upside down. It has changed how we do business, how we approach business. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how we go about tackling those things. So the first area that I want to cover is our offering in terms of digital media marketing. So what is that? I get a lot of questions when we're talking to prospective customers. They don't really understand what it is. They think that maybe it's just every once in a while I put a picture up or I put a post up of something that we do, and maybe someone will come and interact with me. I really don't know what it does. We kind of describe it this way. To us, digital media, social media, we look at it as one giant reality show. And the fact is, everybody likes a reality show. Every time you talk with a friend, there's something happening, whether it's on Survivor or some other, reality show where everyone is getting engaged, because even though we're just watching it, for some reason, we tend to think we're involved in it. And so what we do is through the creative process of digital marketing, we try to create campaigns that allow people in the community to feel as though they're engaged with your business. So we create campaigns that will ultimately bring a lot of customer loyalty and actually have them engaged as part of your marketing process. And this is how we do that. And I'll use actually a prospective customer that we're talking with right now. We're giving them a free trial basis, and this is some of the things that we walk them through to help you a little bit understand what we're offering, where we're trying to go. So we have a local restaurant that's a Greek and Italian restaurant, and just like every other restaurant in the country, it's been turned upside down by COVID. And so they have been able to continue operating because of things like Uber Eats and some of the other services out there where you can just do a carry out or a delivery service. And so a lot of restaurants are surviving that way, but they want to be able to bring those customers back into the door, and be able to promote that they have a safe COVID environment that's COVID free, that's COVID safe. And so how do we get that message out? So we sat down with them last week and we talked about some strategies to use to try to promote their business. So not only do we want to promote the business of people coming in, but at the same time, we want to promote their business going out. So we want to still promote their all the pizzas, their pastas, things like that, and show awesome, incredible pictures that they have. But it's important that we get the wheel rolling by having customers come through the door, and we want to help just create an incredible environment where those people are posting pictures of the food that they're eating and that they're excited about, whether it's on Instagram, on Facebook, and that helps us actually multiply our marketing efforts, because people are going to tag themselves. They're going to share it out to other people, and so you're just really replicating things over and over again. And that's one of the key things that we try to do when we talk about our digital marketing effort, is we want to reach things not only in terms of maybe the food that you have, we want to reach out to people based on the services that you have, but we're having to be very specific into the community and the generation that we're trying to reach, right? So one of the things that I sat down with our prospective customer was how we're going to market. So for instance, if you're a Gen Xer like me, you may see a coupon that they put on the social media board that says maybe a 2-for-1, and a Gen Xer like me will take a look at that and say, well, that's really attractive, I want to do that. But your Gen Zers and your millennials aren't necessarily motivated by that. So we've got to create campaigns that will cross generational boundaries and be enticing for people. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that we do campaigns where we're hitting our Gen Zers and our millennials, and we're also offering things up for our families, for our millennials that are starting to have families, and our Gen Xers and our boomers who are bringing their kids and grandkids. We want to be able to create campaigns that go across all sorts of generational avenues. So that's really important for us as we talk with our customers. Now, if you're a business and you honestly don't think that you can really be motivated to use social media because you're not sure that's going to make an impact on your business, I'll tell you that there's not much I haven't seen that we can't do. We've got customers all the way from attorneys to financial, restaurants, and really everything in between. And if your business has a service or goods or a food product, anything like that, social media is a fantastic way to get the word out about your business. Our goal is that we want to create a brand that people will continue to be loyal to, and a brand that will be multiplied because your community becomes so incredibly loyal to it. Just some really quick stats. 51% of smartphone users have found their products or services just on their smartphones. And that's a huge number. When we look at the fact that there are 3.3 billion people across the globe on social media, that means your reach is incredibly huge. 64% of online customers have reported that watching a Facebook video influenced them in making a purchase. So when we do our digital media content, some of the things that we'll do is we'll have, in this case with our prospective customer, we're going to have them do some short videos in the kitchen, and we're going to have the chef actually do a 3 to 4 minute video teaching the general public how to make pasta. Well, why would we want to do that? Because they're going to be involved in your reality show. Now you're bringing them into the conversation. They're going to do this at home, and they're going to come into your restaurant simply because they'll feel as though they're a part of everything they've been seeing on social media. Our goal is to create a community around your branding and then drive revenues through the community's loyalty. The next thing that we offer as a service for 365 Digital Tech is through our technical recruitment. So because I'm a former CIO and I'm still a current technology consultant and project consultant, I would think that I'm probably one of the best suited to be able to help you find technical talent. So it's not uncommon for me to have Microsoft partners that will come and say, Bill, I've got kind of an impossible task for you. I need to find, and this is one that's actually true, I need to find a software developer that speaks English, Russian, and it would be great if they knew like Vietnamese. Well, that is kind of hard, you know. So I go out to my community and I've got a far reach because I've been able to work not only within my own circles, but in working through the Microsoft circles, I have a really vast reach, being able to reach technical talent from all over the country and all over the world. And so you can pretty much count on the fact that if you're looking for a technical person, I'm not just putting 3 or 4 people in front of you that meet your requirements. I'm putting 1 to 2 people in front of you that I'm saying, if I were to look at these people's qualifications and just based on the interviews I've done with them, these are people I would hire on my own team. So I'm actually giving you some candidates that not only I would hire, really the deciding factor by the time I give you a candidate should be, are these the right folks that would match the culture I'm trying to build in my company? So I've already gone through all of the extensive part of the interview process and really doing some deep dives into their technical know-how to make sure that you're getting a candidate who is not only someone I would hire on my own team, but someone who by the time I hand them off to you really is just the answer of, is this someone who would really fit well in the culture we're trying to build here? Some of the people that we've done, some of the type of positions that we've done recruitments for range from director of IT to CIO to software developers, project managers, and business analysts. So it's a pretty wide range of positions that we've recruited for, but honestly, it's a lot of fun being able to just help a company be able to try to rebuild, in many cases, a lot of its talent pool. Because one of the things we've noticed, and maybe many of you have noticed too, is just because you bring on some of the most talented people into your company or into a specific department doesn't mean that everyone's going to get along. And so while talent is incredibly important, so is the cultural aspect of what you're trying to build. One of the other things that we focus in on that we're very proud of is being able to reach a talent pool that is very, very diversified. So we're trying to purposefully reach out to just the best talent that's out there and give that best diversified talent out to the customer base and just be able to get, just get some great, fantastic talent out into our technology areas. So whether that's going from CIO to project manager, business analyst, we want to make sure that you're seeing a great pool of talent that is absolutely diversified. The last area that I spend quite a bit of my time with is in project management consultancy. So over the past 5 years, I've spent in the Microsoft Partner Channel working with some of the biggest Microsoft partners around the globe. And I have a specific expertise in a product called Microsoft Dynamics 365, which is an ERP system. So many companies, like right now, will bring me on board to work on behalf of them and working with other vendors that are out there. And their goal is that I can keep those vendors on track, also bringing in potentially new vendors, and in many cases, just making sure that the project always stays on track. I like to think of it that we are really the extension of a virtual PMO to your company, and that we are constantly tracking and maintaining all the metrics to make sure that our project or our program is always on track. Now, we can also do project consultancy, anything outside of ERP, whether it's a small, medium to large size implementation of a software package, or maybe something else that's more technical in nature, we can always do that. Now, one of the things that we have expertise in that we're pretty proud of is also our project rescues. Now, what's a project rescue? A project rescue is when a project has literally been turned upside down. The vendors come in, they're billing me much more than they had anticipated. The project timeline is totally gone, and the scope of work that we agreed on is actually just upside down. And so my job is to come in during a project rescue and help you get back to develop a foundation of getting this project back on track, but also making sure that we identify all the areas that got us off track to begin with. And so our project rescues is something that we do spend quite a bit of time on with our customers. In many cases, we're brought in quite after the fact, and our job is to go in and make sure that we can salvage the project, get them back on track, and make sure that we can deliver it based on a current schedule or maybe even a new schedule. It just really depends, depending on how far things have gotten off the track. Our job is simply this: we want to evaluate, we want to listen, we want to hear, and we want to be able to do what we can to support you to get your project back on track. Now, we can also do the project consultancy in a number of different ways. Maybe your company is one that does more of a traditional deployment, where it's maybe more of a waterfall method, or maybe you're a little bit more keeping up with some of the latest ones that are out there. Maybe you're using more of an agile or scrum methodology. We can take care and manage any one of those methodologies for whatever project that you have. We just want to make sure that at the end of the day, whatever you bring us in for in terms of the project you're wanting us to manage, we're going to see that to success. Now, one of the things that we're really happy about is the number of customer reviews and recommendations that we have on our LinkedIn site. I decided to just go ahead and take one that we did last year, but if you'd like, please take a look at our LinkedIn site. We've got 46 testimonials and recommendations that you can read from. We're really proud of the work that we've done, and we're excited that we have customers that keep coming back to use our services, and we're just excited that we've got such great feedback from our community. The customer that we've got up on the board here is from Wendy Powell with Crossroads for Coffee. So what we did for them, which was really exciting for our digital media campaign, we came on board about a month before they actually launched their coffee and tea house. And we started doing these campaigns in the Greenville area, and we hit it pretty hard. And we were pretty excited because we went from 0 followers to having a few hundred within the first 2 weeks that we had their account. So we were pretty excited that we were picking up a lot of traction. So when the day came and they opened up their doors, we want to say that their parking lot had capabilities of about 30 cars. When we got there, the parking lot was completely packed. People were actually parking on the road. It was just completely busy. But when we went inside, it was so cool to see all the community that had really met through Facebook come together. They were getting to meet each other. Many had, left comments for each other, and they were meeting each other for the first time. And they were having and supporting a great local place for their coffee, their pastries, and their ice cream. So we're really, really excited that that one just went over fantastically. The people were really overwhelmed with Brian and Wendy, who own the coffee house, were just really overwhelmed with the number of people from the community who came out to support them. So if you're thinking about digital media, something that you're not sure about doing, let me just say this. The one thing we found out by doing this for Brian and Wendy is that communities all over the country want to support their local business. And this was one of those cases where the community was so sold on putting this brand new coffee house that was owned by a husband and wife with kids, and this was what they wanted to do, and they gave up their careers to do it, and the whole community came out to support them. And they are still doing fantastic, and they are still continuing to do a lot of stuff on social media to help drive their brand that has continued to grow over the past year that we've been working with them. So really, really excited just about those type of customers that we have that continue to come back and give us these kind of inspirational stories. So that's a little bit about who we are at 365 Digital Technologies. If you have any capabilities to use our services where you want to talk about our digital media, we would love to chat with you. If you have any recruitment needs in the IT realm, we would love to talk with you. If you have any needs for project consultancy, maybe you have a project that's starting, maybe you need to start stacking a team and get some folks onboarded, or if you need to choose a vendor, or maybe you have a project that's gone totally upside down, we want to be able to help you. So please look at our information on the screen. You can just email at sales@365digitaltech.com. Our phone number is up on the screen, or you can visit our website at 365digitaltech.com. And we would absolutely love the opportunity and chance to talk with you and just even give you a little bit of our excitement for this business. And if there's anything we can do, we would certainly welcome that. So thank you for allowing me to talk with you guys today, and please let me know if you have any questions.
Sounds good. Very good job, Bill. Thank you for sharing that information. And clearly, you have 3 distinct pillars of your work. So I want to focus on the social media first. How or can you reach a diverse audience? If I say to you, we're doing good with this audience, but we want to reach Latino Hispanic population, how would you go about that?
Yeah, that's actually a question we get quite a bit from people who become customers and people that are prospecting. We'll say that is absolutely something we can do. One of the things that we can do with Facebook is we can drill into your target audience, male, female, whether you're looking at a specific age range, demographic in terms of where they're at on the map. I mean, you can drill down pretty specifically to the market that you're trying to go to. And so that is something that we take a lot of pride in, is being able to develop a branding strategy, especially for the type of people that you're trying to market to.
Excellent. We need to talk further about that. What about the Google grant? Are you familiar with the Google grant? Have you done any work with that product?
We have not yet. That's something that we're looking into for 2021.
Okay. All right. Great. Very good. So let's switch pillars here. Let's talk about the project management. Tell me what type of project consulting you offer.
So what we do on the project management side is, if you have an IT project, whether it's small, medium, large, we will come in either from the beginning or if there's a project rescue, we'll come in and help you shape the budgets. We'll help put together a project plan. We'll even help you with staffing if needed. And we'll actually help you find vendors that could help you create the better product if you just don't know where to look to. And so we take care of everything from a project management side, as though we were your project management office driving that for you. And so our job is to make sure that we take whatever idea you have and we see it all the way through to success.
And you put a dedicated person on that particular project?
We do.
Okay, great. Now, what is your reach? Is it national or?
We work nationally, all the way from West Coast to East Coast, North to South.
Okay. All right, outstanding. Thank you so much. Ty, do you have any questions from the field?
We do. It's very similar to what you were just speaking about, and it's how do you determine if a candidate is the right fit for our company culture?
So it's going to go in two different ways. Ultimately, as the person doing the recruitment, I can help guide you through, like, what does your culture look like, and I'll look for some candidates that I think fit that. Ultimately, my customer or client is going to take that person and see, are they really a right fit for us? That's the final determinant. I can definitely take a look at the skill sets and take a look at the type of person they're looking for, and kind of get a pretty good feel in terms of personality. But ultimately, that's going to just sit on our client to say, I think this person's going to be a really good fit for us. And this is a great example of that. We have software developers are very introverted. They're not known for being really, really extroverted. And we had a case where we needed a developer who was a great public speaker, because they were going to be presenting information to the C-level folks as well as to a board. And so I needed to look for someone who wasn't introverted, but really was a great software developer, but also had great extrovert tendencies, but would fit the culture of what they were trying to build there as well. And so while that took a little bit more time, it was really crucial that we took our time to find the right person for them.
That's perfect. Thank you. And I've got one more question here, which really is around what's your approach to developing a marketing strategy for a new client?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we generally just sit down either in person, but a lot through COVID has been just doing things like over Zoom or the way we're doing it right now. And what we'll do is we'll listen. We'll kind of ask some key questions, because we need you to draw out some things that you're probably not familiar with on your own. So the restaurant that we're doing some work for right now, they'd say, man, we've got fantastic food, but we're not really sure what our brand is. And so what we'll do is Ashley and myself would sit and ask some questions that are real key. Tell us about your food. Tell us about your family. Who learned to cook? Why did you learn to cook this way? And what we're trying to do is build a story behind the strategy, so we can build a campaign that just tells your story over and over and over again. Because we really think that the marketing strategy is going to be successful if we know the story behind your business. And so what we want to do is just retell that story as much as we can through your food, through your customers, through your staff, through your chefs. And that's what we want to do. And that's how we develop our marketing strategies, is behind the story of your company, because we just think that's what drives it to success.
Excellent, excellent. Transparency and telling a true story it always works. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So that is, did you have any other questions, Taya? I think that was a wrap.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, sounds great. So Bill, I always like to end with, when should a potential customer call 365? Fill in the blanks. And you might want to answer that 3 different ways, because you have 3 different pillars, but you have at it.
You know what? The best time to call digital 365 Digital Tech is at the time you feel that you need a presence. We are about digital. We're honestly, if we were to put a tagline, we're about a digital revolution. So if you're looking for technical talent, we're the place to go to. If you're looking to turn your business upside down and go for the better, then give us a call. This is where we want to be able to make a difference. And if you're looking to drive a project to success because of the scale of it, give us a call. That's when we want to come in.
Excellent job. Fantastic presentation. Thank you for joining us today for VCB. If any of our listeners is interested in having a VCB, all you have to do is to email us at info@cvmsdc.org, and we will be able to get you in if you're a certified MBE with CVMSDC. I am so excited to announce to you that we are preparing for our year-end event, which is Reemerge. Reemerge will be a combination of our Business Opportunity Conference and our MBE Summit. And I'm pleased to say that 365 will be a featured MBE in our annual program booklet, and they will have a booth at Reemerge. And so join us to visit their booth. Join us to partake in matchmaking sessions. We have general matchmaking, we have construction matchmaking, and we have over 11 workshops to choose from, as well as some international consultants that will be speaking with our MBEs and preparing you to reemerge in 2021. So you can visit us at cvmsdc.org to register for the event. Registration is open today. And I look forward to seeing each of you on December 2nd and 3rd, 2020. Thank you so much for joining us today. And that is a wrap.
Thank you, everyone.